Now we have our bagels evenly spaced on the tray, or your cutting board, or your flat surface, whichever you decide. Make sure it's mobile, whatever you use. So we're gonna have them 1 inch apart. You notice the size of them. These are the size of the bagels that are not proofed yet. These bagels are gonna double in size, maybe even triple. So the temperature of the house has a lot to do with the rise of the bagels. The warmer the temperature, the shorter time it takes to proof. The colder the temperature, the longer time. So from an hour, 15 minutes to approximately 2.5, sometimes even 3 hours, depending on how, if you have your house at 60 degrees, this is gonna take probably 3.5 hours to proof. If you have it at 90 degrees, it's probably gonna be 45 minutes. So a couple of ways that you could get these to proof is one, not covering them, which will create a little bit of a harder shell, which is perfectly fine. Or what you could do is take a tablecloth, put it over them. If you do a tablecloth, I would suggest getting a cup and putting it on all 4 corners and draping it over. What you're doing is you're creating a little hot box inside to create moisture. You could use a tarp, plastic bag, saran wrap. If you use saran wrap, make sure nothing is touching the top, because what's gonna happen is the bagel is gonna get super soft, and then whatever you have on top is gonna stick, and it's gonna be a pain to get that off. So whatever you use to proof the bagels, whether it's nothing at all, leave it out in the open, put it over a bag. Just remember, make sure nothing is touching the top of the bagels. These bagels are ready. These bagels are proofed. I don't know if you remember from the beginning, they're pretty much double in size. A couple ways to test them is you get a cup of water or a bowl of water. You place the bagel in there. If it floats to the top, it's ready to go. Another way to test it is do a small indent right over here. Don't poke your finger through, but do a small indent. See how it goes away? Do it one more time. When it goes away completely, it means it's proofed. If it pops up real quick, it means it's overproofed. Overproofed is okay, it just means that the bagel's gonna get a little flat when you're done, but it's been around 1.5 hours to almost 2 hours. Like I said, my temperature here is between 74 and 75, cool. Remember, the hotter, the shorter time, the cooler, the longer time. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my oven to 425, start my boiling water. Make sure you put 2 pots that hold around 3 bagels a piece in there, and take your parchment paper. It's gonna fit 6 bagels on there. So bagels are ready to go. Now, if you noticed, I put a generous amount of flour on there so it's easy to lift, okay? We wanna be delicate with it. They're very delicate, they're very soft right now. If you wanna firm them up, before you put the oven on and water boiling, throw them in the refrigerator for around 15 to 25 minutes, maybe even a half hour. That will firm them up enough where they won't be as delicate. Okay. Just remember, the bagels now, after proofing, are very delicate. So a way to firm them up, throw them in the fridge for 15 minutes to a half hour. Take them out when the water's boiling, and then we'll go to the next step. Now we got our oven at 425, our water is boiling. We're gonna go ahead and grab the bagels. Before you prepare the bagels, get your seasoning together, your everything, your sesame, your poppy. You could use cheddar cheese, jalapeno cheddar, an Asiago, even Parmesan cheese. Don't use American cheese in the package because it'll get a little black film. But the only cheese I would suggest using is cheddar, an aged cheese, or a jalapeno cheddar. There's Publix, Lowe's, Food Lion has a couple good cheddar cheeses. Walmart, Great Value's got a really good cheddar cheese. Walmart's got a good jalapeno cheddar cheese that they have. Publix and Lowe's and Food Lion has the habanero in the block. But like I said, get your seasonings before hand. The water's boiling, so let's go ahead and give it a quick water bath. When you put the bagel in, put it in upside down, be very delicate with it. Okay? You want 2 pots going so you can get at least 6 bagels in at a time. If you only have 1 pot, that's fine. Just cook 3 at a time. Alexa, 1 minute timer.
Second timer, 1 minute, starting now.
So you could use Alexa, you could use your microwave. I would suggest if you have your microwave, put the fan on. I have it off so you can hear me through the speaker. Get a strainer or something that helps strain when you take it out. Because trust me, you don't want to put your hand in there. You'll lose it. Alexa, stop. You're going to give the bagels a flip. Now the reason why you put them upside down first is when you go to take them out, you don't have to reflip them. Alexa, 1 minute timer.
Second timer, 1 minute, starting now.
So after this minute, they're going to take them out and put them on the pan. So they take anywhere between 18 and 24 minutes to cook on 425. When you're doing this at home, it's better to cook at a lower heat, more time. It gives you a nice fluffier bagel. If you're in a little bit of a hurry, put it to 450, 475. I wouldn't recommend it, but for this video, I would go ahead and do between 400 and 425 is a safe temperature. Alexa, stop. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place the bagels, okay, where we want them. Be careful, they're going to be hot. Okay. These two are going to have plain. Sprinkle some everything on them. Right as soon as they come out is when you season them or you put the cheese on them. So I'm going to take my cheddar, put on one of the bagels. Jalapeno cheddar, my Asiago, everything. You could either use a shaker or sprinkle it with your fingers. If you're someone who likes seeds on both sides, flip it over, put the seeds again on the opposite side. Do some onion garlic. gonna set my first timer for 14 minutes, give it a quick check. Alexa, 14-minute timer.
Second timer, 14 minutes, starting now.
You wanna put it on the middle rack. I would suggest doing 6 at a time, letting them cook. Once those are cooked, do the other 6. If you wanna do both of them, don't use the bottom rack, use the middle and top ones, and rotate in between. So I would say 7 to 8 minutes into it, take the ones on the bottom, push them to the top, or to be safe, go ahead and wait and do 6 bagels at a time on one sheet. There you have it. Here's your finished product. Just remember, oven 425, water bath 1 minute on each side, total of 2 minutes. Season, put in the oven for approximately 14 to 18 minutes. At the 14-minute check, once they're a nice golden brown on top, take them out, look at the bottom. Yeah. These bagels are done. Only thing left to do is slice them open and put whatever you'd like inside. Hope you guys enjoy.